YouTube, I'm stuck at the airport. I got here. So first off, some of you are already being like, what wisdom bombs is John going to drop? Nothing. This is just kind of like, hey, what if we hung out? Because I'm stranded in the airport. It's 3:57 in the morning. I can't sleep because the seats were designed specifically by an engineer. Look over here. By an engineer to make sure there's no possible way you could lay down, which is a good thing when there's people in the airport. But look around. No one is in the airport except me and those two people and my camera lady, who is just some random girl that was playing a ukulele. Say hello.
How are you?
Just say hello. All you have to do is say hello. Nope, she's not even going to do that. And anyway, she's the camera woman, and you're killing it, by the way. So this is just the sad story of me at the airport.
Elevator buttons and morning air. Stranger silence makes me want to take the stairs. If you were here, we'd laugh about the vacant stairs. But right now, my time is theirs. Seems like there's always someone
17 hours into my airport stay. The blanket has now become a part of me.
And the verdict comes from those with nothing else to do. The jury's out. My choice is you. So
Don't worry, guys. Still at the airport, and I just did a survey. It turns out 11 out of every 10 girls wear yoga pants to the airport. Everyone's in yoga pants.
Things that shine and they can't take what's.
All right, hey folks, so if you follow the channel, you know I travel a lot. I train all over the country, and this time I'm actually going on a mission trip out of the country, the DR. I do a couple of these a year. So anyway, but part of traveling so much means you always get the nice added traveler bonus of having flight delays. This particular one is got to go in the record books because I got all these notifications when there's a delay. It comes in over and over and over again. So, man alive, I think it was supposed to take off at 11 and it ended up getting pushed back to 9 p.m. So I was already at the airport for like 10 hours or something. I think I did my math right there. It is 4:16 in the morning and I can't sleep because holy cow, like that's where you sleep? You can't sleep there. Come on, we're in an airport. Who's going to pull security for me? You know, I can't pull security for myself. I need somebody to ranger up, take a knee, face out, while I huddle up in my blankets I stole from behind one of these desks and turn into do the homeless man thing. But not all is lost. Check out what American Airlines gave me. Right here, a little bag. They didn't comp me flights, but look at all these goodies they gave me. So we're good. Way to go, American Airlines. Here we have a razor. Pretty awesome, pretty epic. Toothpaste. They sweeten the pot. Here, check this. Oh my goodness. Oh my good. Here, look up. Come on. I'm good with American Airlines. It's okay. I've been in an airport for 25 hours. This is epic. So way to go, American Airlines. More. There is shaving cream, hand and body lotion, toothbrush, and the tiniest deodorant anyone has ever seen in the world. So that's pretty epic right there. Look at that. Really? Man. I'm going to tell you a funny airport story that happened to me maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. Lord knows what state I was traveling to, but they ended up sticking me in the very, very back, literally the very last row of the plane. You're in the butt of the plane. Where it was just like a two-seater. Usually every single row in front of you has 3 seats, 3 seats, 3 seats, all the way up on the side. But on my side, there was the bathroom to the side, and then there was 2 seats. Now, no joke. One is that there was a group of mentally handicapped people traveling with me. So I was sitting next to somebody who was, certainly mentally retarded, and he was having a ball, a grand old time. He was very loud. He was about ready to go through my pockets. He asked me questions the whole trip. And God love him for it. I thought he was hilarious. He was a really great guy. I loved the guy. So I couldn't have had a better place. But anyway, our seats really, really sucked. So our seats, like, literally sat right next to the bathroom. What I found, just, man, and the fumes wafting, it was really hard to count it all joy in those moments, but I could open the bathroom and lean over far enough that I could flush the toilet without unbuckling my seatbelt. So you know, like, people would line up outside the bathroom waiting to use it, and there I am beside them, and there's like the line, and they're trying not to make eye contact with me. Look away because they feel something rumbling in their bowels, and lo and behold, they'd make quick eye contact and they'd give me that kind of look like, oh, sorry man, I'm about to blow it up. I'm like, yes, awesome. Here's another thing, right when the plane took off, the air conditions had been running while we had been taxiing, and so there's condensation that's been gathering up in this tray, and I didn't know there was a tray until I got stuck in the potty seat way in the back. So as soon as the flight, the plane took off and went, upward like this, that slant and all that water from the air conditioning from the whole plane runs. It hits me in the face and chest like a super soaker. So I was soaking wet by the stinky bathroom with a very interesting travel companion. But I'll never, I probably won't forget that trip anytime soon. So there's one piece of traveling. And, when everything goes well, when everything's comfortable, you never really walk away with any stories, So it's good when everything just goes wrong. It's good when crap happens. So try to keep your joy anyway, because bad circumstances happen. It's sometimes helpful to laugh at yourself and complain, but man, this will be 25 hours in airport or in an airplane. That's a challenge for when you thought it was going to be 4.5. The longer I sit in an airport, the more funny travel stories are coming to me. So I'm shooting this selfie style. I was taking a trip over across the pond. That means to the Middle East. This was war. And the trip was so long. And then when you landed in the Middle East, you needed to be ready to go, which meant if you didn't sleep the whole aircraft, you land and possibly immediately need to go to sleep. So what you do, and what I would do, is one is you take a lot of drugs. You take like a whole bunch of Ambien, as much as your liver could take, and then add like 50%. Make a decision you'll regret on a flight that long. And then I'd also starve myself with sleep for 2 days prior. I would not really sleep any 2 days prior to a long trip across the pond. So Ambien plus that meant I was guaranteed. I was going to time travel. I mean, we'd take off from Fort Lewis or wherever we were flying out of, and then I would land somewhere in the Middle East, Afghanistan or something. And that was the idea. It was always a race to the floor space. If you were flying a C-17 especially, or a C-5, didn't matter if you had a whole bunch of troops on a plane. The goal was immediately as soon as you were given the go-ahead to unbuckle from your seats, you dive on the floor. And it's not like a commercial airline. You're like huge rows facing in, and there's floor space available. So the goal is to immediately as fast as you possibly can. This is the part of the aircraft, the only part that really matters on the whole trip is however much real estate you can grab in this musical chairs power grab here. As soon as they say, all right, you can move about, you dive onto the floor and claim your real estate, and then go to sleep. Failure to do this was bad, so it was always a test of, okay, don't fall asleep too early, because if you're late even just by a quarter second, you're in a fetal position in a little corner with part of the seat shoving into your rear end or something. So it was bad. Well, there's a guy named Brian. He's a buddy of mine. He popped his Ambien too early, and we warned him, Brian, don't you take that Ambien too early. He's like, I do this all the time. And not only did he take his Ambien early, he took a huge dip, Copenhagen. And yeah, put it in right there. He's like, that's all right too. You know, like, dude, bad idea. And lo and behold, before we even took off the jetway, Brian had conked out and had that dip in. So he was just pouring and he wasn't awake either for when the captain said that we could go ahead and jet to the floor. So, as I found my little prime real estate spot, I looked back up to Brian, who was conked out. The only ranger still in his seat, just conked out, head slumped over, and his whole shirt was completely wet with dip spit. And his misery just made us all feel really good.